Man, I love this guitar. What up, what up, what up, what up? How you guys doing today? I'll put my fancy headphones on. All right, so today, I can't hear myself at all. All right, I guess this is pointless. Well, I hope the sound's good, because I can't hear myself, and I don't really know what's going on with my headphones. They don't seem to be working. I think it's time I actually get some new headphones. Yeah, actually, that's going to bug me. I really need to know if the sound's good. And let me see. I got my backup phones. Long cord. Thank you. Testing. There we go. Oh, yeah. All right. So, someone just told me my beard looks good. Thank you. I've been working, been working on it. It's, and by working on it, I mean, I haven't done absolutely anything. This is, all natural. All natural. Yeah. So, what's up, everybody? Today, it's going to be a fun day. First and foremost, before we get into anything, let me get an F in chat for the Arecibo. The Arecibo, it is gone. It has collapsed. The Arecibo telescope has collapsed. Good day, good sir. May you rest in peace after your 57-year run. It is a shame. So, F in chat for the Arecibo telescope. It was actually in one of my, I actually really like the movie Contact. I think that's what it was, right? Contact? Yeah, I think so. Jodie Foster. So yeah, that's, I'm not doing a segment. I just, I heard it collapsed. Someone sent me this article and I was like, ooh, that's sad. GoldenEye. It was in GoldenEye. Man, what an epic scene. He fell. Now it fell. It is no more. I guess someone was trying to restore it and it didn't work. That's a shame. Did you notice my new bookshelf? Look, I got a new bookshelf. I actually got two. You can't see it. It's over there. I got another bookshelf. I moved the one that was here. So now I'm going to have a nice wide shot for when I have a guest. They got stuff. I didn't even realize you can't even see the books that I have up there. I thought that you'd be able to see them. Maybe I should bring those books down. Anyway, I'm still working on it. I don't know if you can see. I have this book here is a peace book by Peter Max. That's the guy who did the artwork for The Yellow Submarine. I don't know if you know who Peter Max is, but from the Beatles, I mean. And he's a crazy artist. And that's like from 1973. It's pretty cool. Someone asked, is it IKEA? Yes, it's IKEA. All right, it's IKEA. Nothing wrong with IKEA, whatever. It's actually incredibly cheaper in Sweden. Funny enough, they do have IKEAs in Sweden. I don't know if you knew that or not, but someone was wondering if they do. I see a question for where is Salty Bear? He's actually up there also. He's sitting on the top wearing the space helmet. He's hanging out. He observes the room as a whole. He makes sure that the room is safe. He's the ward of my studio. So yeah, and then I got some other cool things and some knickknacks. This is one of my favorites here. Check this out. This is a Canon. This was my grandfather's on my Swedish side. I called him. His name was Morfar, which is Swedish for grandpa. But this was his. It hung in one of his vacation home for a long time, and I always loved it. It used to have this little chain. Maybe I'll try to get a new chain. I think I have this little bauble that it's missing. But anyway, I really love this Canon. This thing is great. It's not a real Canon, unfortunately. But yeah. Let me put that back. All right, yeah, so anyway, I'll have the other cameras set up soon. I've just been slowly, filtering stuff in. I have all my books. Look, these are my songbooks. Can you see them? There we go. These are my songbooks right here. Very excited to have those back because those are filled with songs that I'm half done. Of the 30 or 40 songs I've completed, there's 150, 200 songs that are a paragraph, one verse, one chorus that I like. I don't even remember how to play the guitar to most of them, but very excited to have all that back. So anyway, welcome to the show after that long-winded entrance. So yeah. All right. So today we're going to be talking about the Utah Monolith. I don't know if you've heard about this. All right. So it was this monolith that magically appeared. Supposedly it was magical. People were thinking it was aliens, maybe. I think it was bunk. I saw it and I was like, that's cool. I don't believe it. It felt like some sort of art project. But yeah, then we're going to talk about this interesting retraction about COVID numbers. And they didn't retract the data itself. They just retracted this article talking about specific numbers that were really interesting. And they even said, it was from Johns Hopkins, a newsletter. This was last week. And it was about the U.S. deaths and how they don't really differ from previous years, meaning it is an actual normal thing for people to die. I don't know if you knew this. People die, actually. So we're going to get into that. Then we're going to get into James O'Keefe from Project Veritas. All right. He released earlier today that he straight up called CNN. I have the video of him calling CNN, and I'm going to play it for you guys. And he said he's going to release some of the tapes at 7 p.m., which is in a half hour. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some of this other stuff, and then at 7, we're going to dig in and see what they posted, and we're going to all listen to it live on my show. So, because it's awesome. Whenever they do something, it's spicy. So it's going to be really interesting to see what that's all about. Then I want to talk about. I don't know if you know what Kaavan is. It Kaavan? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Kaavan. Kaavan. It's this elephant, okay? This elephant has kind of a sad story. It was purchased when it was a baby in Sri Lanka or something, and it had a partner. The partner died, I don't know, 8 years ago or something. We're going to get into the story, and it's been lonely by itself for 8 years, and it finally has moved into an elephant sanctuary. Awesome story. So we're going to talk about that. And if we got time, I'm going to get into something like some motivational stuff from Mark Manson. He's He wrote the book Tips on How to Not Give a F, or I don't know exactly the name of the book. Now it's Life Advice That Doesn't Suck. But it's really good. It is really good advice. I was reading his book on the drive back here from Chicago. So yeah, excited about that Project Veritas stuff. Whenever they release stuff, it's always spicy. All right, so let's talk about, well, actually, before we get into it, look, if you would like to donate to me directly, you can. I have a PayPal right there, PayPal.me/Adam Crigler, really easy. Bitcoin wallet, I also have a physical mailbox. You can send anything, if you'd like. I actually have a few things that people have sent me. This smash button, someone sent me that. They made me a custom smash button. It's really great. And actually, someone sent me those Hull cans, too, now that I think about it. And I have a couple other knickknacks. Now I have all sorts of shelves to put stuff on. So if you would like to maybe have something, make it up there. And you know what? Hold on one second. I got to ban somebody from my chat because they are posting some gross things I don't like. You are hidden from my chat. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, anyway, sorry. So yeah, there's my physical mail. P.O. Box 68, Brunswick, Maryland, 21716. I really appreciate that. Thank you for all your what you send me and stuff. It's really cool. Okay, so let's talk about this Utah monolith. So this is from the other day. Okay, this is when they first discovered it. All right, I just wanted to go back because this was last week, the 24th. So, obviously it's December. Can you believe that? It's December. Wow. Utah biologists discover mysterious metal monolith in the middle of the desert. I guess they were flying through. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. Okay, so let's see. They confirmed in a Monday statement the crew Department of Aero Bureau were working with the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources to conduct a count of bighorn sheep in the southeastern portion of the state November 18th. Workers spotted an unusual object and landed to investigate in a remote area of Red Rock. They found a metal that was installed into the ground. The crew said there was no immediate explanation for who installed the monolith. Officials said in the Monday statement that they were not disclosing its exact location because it is in a very remote area, and if individuals were to attempt to visit the area, there is a significant possibility they may become stranded and require rescue. Let me see if they have they don't even have an image of it. All right, that's fine. I have multiple images of it. Here, this is it right here. If you're just listening, I'm showing this picture. Hopefully you've seen it floating around because it's incredibly smooth. It's kind of like an opaque reflection. It's not like a perfect mirrored surface, but it's rather like cleanly done. You know, it was buffed really clean. All right, and I think it's a triangle, but it seemed they said that it stood about 10 to 12 feet tall, so it was rather tall. All right, and now this is another article which was posted on the 29th of November that saying it magically disappeared. Aliens took it back? This website says the Utah monolith mysteriously disappears, possibly stolen at night. And I don't even look. They even contacted Black Lives Matter Utah, and which they released a statement saying they did not remove the structure. Ridiculous. I don't know why anyone would felt the need to reach out to them at all. Kind of ridiculous. And then, of course, I think a few days later, there was reports of a Romanian monolith. Okay. Now here's a picture of that. Now, immediately what I've seen is this is a terrible buff job. All right. Someone said, like, you see all these squiggled lines? That's probably a circular buff thing that they were trying to get it really smooth and reflective. They did a terrible job. Okay. This was clearly the work of humans. And honestly, the other one looked like the works of humans as well. But this one, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh man, that is a terrible buff job. Like they did a horrendous job trying to mirror this surface of this mysterious Romanian monolith. All right. But it appeared. And then, of course, it disappeared a few days later. Here, this is the same spot. Of course, it's gone now. And then here is the Utah monolith being taken by some guys at night, and it's hollow, and you could see it. Like, these guys came and removed it. This was an art project. There's no way that, in my mind, that this had anything other than some artsy people trying to trip the world up, you know, get someone to notice it, think, oh, wow, 2001 Space Odyssey, this is crazy. And yeah, whatever, now it's gone. So, I don't know. I think it's pretty ridiculous. Oh, someone's saying the Bureau of Land Management. Oh, okay. All right, that's hilarious. All right, so the BLM Utah is actually the Bureau Land Management of Utah. Okay, so that's hilarious. So, and now it makes a lot more sense why they would have contacted. That's embarrassing. Let me get a little swig of water. All right. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up before the end of this segment. All right. Wonderful. Thank you. You know what? Hold on. I got to give a shout out to whoever who tagged me in that. Chemistian, thank you so much for that. That is hilarious. I appreciate it. All right. Moving on. My goodness. Is it hot in here? Is it hot? Is it just me? It's a little hot. That's okay. I'm going to spin the UFO. Let me get a little F in chat for that because that's hilarious. Yeah. Whew. All right. So, yeah, there's that. All right. Let's talk about this John Hopkins newsletter. This is crazy because I couldn't believe it when they hold on, let me just this John Hopkins newsletter. I was kind of shocked when I saw it because I saw the newsletter and I was reading it before they retracted it. Okay, and I was reading it and I was like, whoa, this is crazy information. Like, we need to get this out there. We got to talk about this. And here it is. And of course, this is a PDF of the the article retracted by the newsletter, so it's not officially endorsed. And it's like, come on, look at this. All right, so this is a percentage of total deaths per age category. All right, this is just the first graph that they've got right at the top. And nothing changes throughout the weeks, throughout the year. All right, this is 1 year. Okay, this is starting. Let me see. Can I zoom in on this? I can. All right, great. From week 1 ending 2/1/2020 to week 32 ending 9/15/2020. The numbers remain very stable. Okay? There is no crazy uptick in deaths in any of these categories. It's all relatively smooth. In fact, around the 10th or 11th week, there was a little bit of a dip where it went down. So there was less deaths in these categories. Okay, and I was like, all right, right off the bat, I'm like, well, where's the mountain? Where's this mountain that Cuomo loves talking? You know, he loves talking about the mountain. Like, we finally got over the mountain, guys. You see the top of this mountain? I mean, in my head, I'm thinking, yeah, you did that. I remember, yeah, you created that mountain. Anyway, going back to this data, there was no mountain. There was no mountain because according to this article, the deaths were normal. People die. Millions of people die every year. It's just part of life. Oh my gosh, what's going on? People are dying. Yeah, people die. I know. It's part of life. I've had really close people in my life die that throughout my life, and it sucked every time, but it is a part of life, and it's something that I had to face as a young child even. I faced that. People think losing a pet's hard. Imagine losing your parent or your grandparent. I mean, it happens, and it will happen. If you're lucky enough to have them around for most of your life, it's amazing. But people get sick and people die. That's part of life. Now, this article, let's go back to it. Retracted, by the way. Let's see. According to the new data, the U.S. currently ranks first in total COVID-19 deaths, new cases per day, and deaths. Oh, excuse me. COVID-19 cases, new cases per day, and deaths. Genevieve Briand, Assistant Program Director of the Applied Economics Master's Degree Program at Hopkins, critically analyzed the effect of COVID-19 on U.S. deaths using data from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, in her webinar titled COVID-19 Deaths, a Look at U.S. Data. From mid-March to mid-September, U.S. total deaths have reached 1.7 million, of which 200,000 or 12% of total deaths are COVID-19 related. Instead of looking directly at COVID-19 deaths, Briand focused on total death per age group and per cause of death in the U.S. and used this information to shed light on the effects of COVID-19. She explained that the significance of COVID-19 on U.S. deaths can be fully understood only through the comparison of the total number of deaths in the United States. After retrieving data on the CDC website, Briand compiled a graph representing percentages of total deaths per age category from early February to early September, which includes the period from before COVID was detected to after infection rates soared. Surprisingly, the deaths of older people stayed the same before and after COVID-19. Since COVID-19 mainly affects the elderly, experts expected an increase in the percentage of deaths in older age groups. However, this increase is not seen from the CDC data. In fact, the percentages of deaths among all age groups remain relatively the same. This is crazy. All right, now there's a lot of, it goes on and there's a lot of data, but that's not what I want to get into. That alone, right there, it shows that they were just normally happen and slapping a COVID-19 label on them, going, oh, it's COVID-19 deaths. There's a spike. Because people are going to die normally, because they are normally dying, okay? Then they retracted it. Now, this is what makes it really crazy, all right? I think it's the Streisand effect, where they take something away, and it makes people want to look more. They're like, oh, well, why did they take it away? Why? What's the reason? Because look at this. Where is it? Did they say it here? It was brought to our attention that our coverage of Genevieve Briand's presentation, COVID-19 deaths, a look at U.S. data, has been used to support dangerous inaccuracies that minimize the impact of this pandemic. What? Used to support? They're not denying the data. So the data is accurate. Okay, now they're trying to say, well, they're trying to, these people are using this data to prove that the COVID isn't as bad as everyone says, as the media is pushing down everyone's throats. I talked about it yesterday. They're trying to make COVID passports. We're not allowed to travel internationally anymore until you prove that you've had a COVID vaccine. Well, why? If this is showing that the deaths haven't spiked, it's normal deaths that have just continued normally throughout the year. Actually, they compare it to other years, and it's the same. It's normal. So there's no uptick in deaths. That, to me, is a huge red flag. Okay? Why are they trying to hide this now? Okay? Probably because the powers that be that don't want us not being afraid of this anymore are like, whoa, those facts are dangerous because that will make people not afraid of COVID anymore. Yeah. If you're elderly, stay in. Don't go out. Don't visit your family, be protected. And if you do visit them, be safe about it. But if you're young, get the kids in school. If you're, middle-aged and healthy, keep your business open. This is all about control. Come on. It's just so blatantly obvious now. God, I can't have it. It's ridiculous. I can't stand this anymore. And now they're blocking everything. Especially when those doctors in the middle of the year were like, yeah, hydroxychloroquine works. Take it with some zinc. Take it, and I don't remember the third ingredient, but you mix it together, take a cocktail, boom, you're good. No need for a vaccine. Now they're finally admitting, okay, hydroxychloroquine, it does work for some people. They won't fully admit it because they want people to take this vaccine. They want people to be afraid. They want people afraid of this, and it's crazy. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this fear. I'm not driven by fear. I don't do things because of fear. That's emotional. I'm logical. That's why I don't tend to watch horror movies, because for it to be a good movie, I guess, for many people, there can't be logical characters. There can't be people that follow logical moves because they'd survive. They wouldn't get killed off because they wouldn't make stupid decisions. They'd stay together, they'd make a plan, and they'd get out safely. Done. Or they'd look at the facts, cross-reference with other facts to make sure that it's actually a deadly pandemic. Right now, we don't even know. There's that meme that floats around. You got the painting mask, which is like, the respirator thing. Then you got it shows a radioactive mask, which is like the full head thing with like this tube that goes out through a breathing apparatus, and a few other things, sanding and welding, or I don't know, whatever. And then, you got a COVID mask, the deadliest pandemic that we've ever faced. And it's just like a cloth mask that people are making themselves out of not N95 stuff, like basically whatever goes, and it works. So I don't know. It's pretty ridiculous. So I don't know. I see this stuff when they're retracting it. I'm like, man, this kind of information is what people need to see. There's no spike. It's normal deaths. We're now supposed to believe that people dying every day, all the time, all deaths are COVID deaths, because that's what they were doing in Illinois. Any death, if they had COVID, was a COVID death. Same in Florida. There was a motorcycle accident, COVID death. Boom, someone got hit by a bus, COVID death. It's like, these are normal deaths. They're taking all these other, and actually, let me look. Here we go. This is another one. All right, this is, so of these weeks, there was 800 deaths of heart disease. And so what this is basically saying, for every COVID death, there was that many or more less heart disease deaths. So it's like, oh, well, all these people weren't dying from heart disease anymore. They were just dying from COVID. So heart disease had less deaths, but they were still dying because they had bad hearts. That was still the reason they died, because they weren't healthy. Okay, so what are they trying to argue? We don't need a vaccine. We need to work out more. We need to eat healthier. Okay, that's what we need. We don't need this vaccine. We need to just be healthy. That's what we need. We got to stop eating terribly and exercise. That's it. And then you're good. Boom. That's all. Problem solved. All right. Next subject. No joke. I probably should go next because, all right, look, Project Veritas is about to go drop some stuff in 5 minutes. All right. They said that they were going to drop some stuff. Let's get into this. I have, this is James O'Keefe's Twitter. All right. He said he actually live streamed this calling Jeff Zucker. Okay. He's the president of CNN. And he's just look, he's got 2.3 million views on this thing. So it was at 9 a.m. this morning. He live streams this and he calls him. You know what? Let me. Hopefully it's not too loud. Bear with me.
You're unmuted. Hey, Jeff Zucker, you there? Hey, yes. This is James O'Keefe. We've been listening to your CNN calls for basically 2 months, recording everything. Just wanted to ask you some questions if you have a minute. Do you still feel you're the most trusted name in news? Because I have to say, from what I've been hearing on these phone calls, I don't know about that. I mean, we got a lot of recordings that indicate you're not really that independent of a journalist.
Slay him.
Okay. Thank you for
cut the feed.
Your comments.
Cut the feed.
So everybody, in light of that, I think what we'll do is we'll set up a new system, and we'll be back with you. We'll do the rest of the call a little bit later.
We're going to release those recordings today.
So he's like, we're going to switch, we're going to change to a different something. We'll talk to you in a little bit. It's just like, oh, man, that dude had sweat beaming down his face. You know it. Like, oh, what this? Was it live? I don't know if now I know James O'Keefe was live, but he said he was doing it during a CNN live call or something. I don't know if it was live on CNN's side. Wow, my goodness, so that's nuts. All right, so he said that he's gonna, by the end of this, they kind of talk, but he was like, look, I'm releasing these conversations that you had with your leadership in CNN, talking about their bias, what they want to tell the public, what they don't want to tell the public, their political views. So there's all sorts of spicy stuff that is about to drop. I am so excited. All right, so I'm on Project Veritas. I'm waiting for them. This is an update from James O'Keefe. He just says, legal experts say this may be a felony. We've referred it to law enforcement. So CNN has called the police, saying that Project Veritas might have committed a felony doing that. And then James O'Keefe posted here, he says, our legal expert is just mad and embarrassed. Stay tuned. Ooh, they called the police. That is spicy. Oh my goodness. So we're going to find out soon whether or not, I mean, what happens, because that was 30 minutes ago that James just posted that. Oh man. So I am super excited. I'm basically just waiting. I'm going to go to Project Veritas right now, and we're going to one tweet in the last half hour. That was probably, here it is. They just said, we are so close. Can we hit 800,000 followers in the next 25 minutes before the CNN tapes start dropping? Wow, they are close. Only 400, just under 400 people. I'm going to go ahead and retweet this right now. And I'm just going to do just a classic retweet and see if I can help kick those up to 800,000. That'd be dope. But man, this is exciting. All this stuff. Look, this is seriously the craziest news month, year of my life, of your lives, of everybody's lives. And is it because of the internet that we're all connected so we actually know what's going on? Or is it truly the craziest year of everybody's life? 2020. All right. What are people going to remember in 20 years, 30, 40 years about 2020? Is it going to be the pandemic? Or is it going to be the year that Elon Musk, got reusable rockets and started sending humans back into space from American soil for cheap? I mean, there's certain things that are pretty huge, but oh my goodness. Project Veritas, all these different people are slamming the news. All right, excuse me. the news. And for those listening, I'm doing air quotes when I say the news, because what is the news? You know what I mean? What is the news? I feel like I'm more the news than CNN. That's a narrative, okay? Yeah, sure, I'm biased, but I'm giving you honest stuff. I'm giving you what I'm finding. I'm saying here, this is what I've found. I tell you that. If I am biased, I'm telling you that I'm biased on something, but I'm not lying. That's not in my character, you know? I want to give you the truth. And of course, Project Veritas meaning truth, is Project Truth. These guys have blown the whistle on Facebook, right? Because Facebook employees are super biased against Trump supporters. They have TDS to the max, okay? And they have their wall of shame from all these people saying, like, we're gonna come down on you and do all these things. Oh, okay. So they finally dropped it. I'm on James O'Keefe's his Twitter feed. Seems like he just released something. We're gonna watch it together. Breaking special correspondent Jamie Gangle details how CNN should cover up Trump's contested election claims on a 9 a.m. call. News organizations have to be very careful and very responsible about not giving Donald Trump too much of a platform on his not conceding. All right, so I'm going to full screen this. I have not seen this yet. Let's watch this.
CNN says on Jeff Zucker's 9 a.m. editorial conference call how they, the Democratic Party, powerful interest groups, may determine how CNN will cover Trump not conceding the presidential election.
I just want to underscore something that Michael said earlier about the transition and Trump, because I've been talking to a lot of people this morning on both sides.
Gosh.
And I just keep hearing the same thing, both from Republicans who have not come out to congratulate Biden.
Because he's not the president-elect.
But also to those who have in the Democrats. And that is that we have to be, news organizations have to be very careful and very responsible about not giving Trump too much of a platform on his not conceding, because they feel the transition can go forward. And, other than the national security briefings, which are critical to start now,
he's not the president-elect, though.
They just don't want us to exaggerate that Trump isn't leaving office. And I'm going to have a lot of specific reporting on that later today. But just big picture, wanted to underscore what Michael had said.
Yeah, because they don't want people talking about any... They want to sweep all of this fraud under the carpet and have everyone shut up and not deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. When we've got affidavits out there, there's enough red flags for most people to want some sort of audit, an actual audit. Who doesn't want to make sure our elections are not messed with? Okay, we're finding out things. I just read an article. Now, it's unfounded. All right, and let me just add this again. I have not looked too deeply into it, but what I've seen is very, very frightening. And if it's true, Trump's executive order in 2018 is going to slam the hammer down on these people. There is some people talking and some paperwork that I've seen about Dominion being sold recently and $400 million being spent by a certain country on the other side of the world that has purchased it, meaning they have a stake and control in Dominion software. Okay, I'm not gonna exactly say it. All right, but all right, let's continue watching this.
Yep, agreed.
On the issue of why it's important to get the transition going right, the 9/11 report talks about one of the problems was that the trouble that was brewing got lost during the transition. So if you want a good concrete example of what happens when you don't have a good transition, go look at the Twin Towers.
What? She's comparing this election fraud to 9/11 right now? COVID-19? Which, I don't know if you were paying attention to my show the whole time, but if you're just joining us, I just talked about the numbers, okay? The numbers of COVID-19 deaths aren't unusual, okay? It's the normal deaths per year. There's no spike, okay? They just took the numbers from other deaths. All right, so this crazy spike of COVID deaths doesn't exist. It's normal deaths that people got COVID. It's like a serious flu where everyone got the flu, but then people who already had heart disease that were dying anyway got this flu, and they happened to die because they had crazy, heart disease. Anyway, I wanna just keep it moving.
Yeah. So I think that's an important point. I think it was discussed a little bit yesterday in terms of national security. I think it's really important to raise again. I would encourage folks to think about, that 9/11 Commission report and the lack of transition.
Wow. What do you guys think of that? That is, my goodness. Yep, they're the news that they claim to be. Man, I can't stand it. People are saying, "Oh, sorry if the sound is not okay." Luckily, if you're looking at the screen, all of the words were on the screen, so you can read the words. Unfortunately, if you are just listening out there on any of the podcasts that I have out there, sorry that, but you can check it out on James O'Keefe. It's James O'Keefe, or James O'Keefe the Third, which is I guess III. On Twitter, and he just posted this, and I'm sure it's on Project Veritas' website as well. It's hashtag CNN tapes, so you can find out. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more. My goodness, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I have a feeling the news is coming to an abrupt end, okay? Trump has been very adamant about, he wants to get rid of 230, Section 230, but I think it needs to be reformed. It needs to protect free speech online. Honestly, the whole internet needs to be looked at differently because it is the new meeting place. The weird part is that the cross between borders is gone on the internet. Someone in Europe and I can have a conversation, and rules there might be different from rules here, so that free speech, I could say something that might be illegal there. That's why you see Twitter, people are like, oh, in German law, this was, reported, but it's not, whatever, different people, I see that floating around every so often. But, we don't know, like our Constitution, it's for Americans here in America. When Americans travel abroad, sometimes they get in trouble, and they're like, why am I getting in trouble? Why is this illegal? It's legal where I'm at, and therefore, it's fine for me to do this. And it's like, well, no, you're in a different country, and laws are different there. Where here, we've got freedom of speech. The First Amendment, it's amazing. Second Amendment, we can go get guns if we want. We're Americans. We're allowed that, right? And the countless other laws that give us freedoms as American citizens. So we have to somehow figure out how to make it so we have freedom of speech online and we're protected in some sense. Twitter has been censoring many people. They've been banning many people for speak that they don't like to see. They've been fact-checking the president of the United States countless times, over and over and over, since the election day. I don't know if it was before they started. I don't know exactly when they started fact-checking everything. But even Candace Owens, yesterday I talked about this. She was fact-checked, and she was getting, lawyers involved. She was like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring some lawyers in and sue you, PolitiFact." They were like, "Actually, she was correct. We're gonna retract that. Sorry." It's like, yeah, right. All right. So this whole thing, Philip Anderson, for example, he's suing big tech. All right. He's been going after him because they cut him off for simply using his American rights to stand up for freedom of speech. And they booted him from everything over and over again. He's been banned from Twitter a couple times. Instagram took him down a couple times. He's on Parler now, I believe, too. But probably Philip Anderson. But man, all these things are coming about. If you think about what the media is doing right now, squashing the Hunter Biden tapes, the election fraud, the election fraud in quotes, because they claim there is none, but we're finding it more and more as the days go on. It's the Dominion software. I just found out today that Dominion software, they're claiming the software is proprietary information, so we can't show you that because that would reveal our secrets as our company. What? So you're saying our votes go through your software and we're not even allowed to look at it and check about this, what the software is doing with our votes when we think there's fraudulent stuff going on? Now you're telling us we're not even allowed to check it? What is that? That is ridiculous. Now they're in Georgia. There was a judge that had to order them to stop deleting the software because now they're purging the systems of the software. They're like, oh, there was a crash. We have to wipe all of these systems and redo the software. How many red flags do we need? Now they're sweeping up their mess. They're making it seem, it's like they're bleaching, the entire crime scene. Just spraying bleach all over the place. No, there's no crimes here. And you look around and like everything's brand new. Everything's spick and span now. It's just like, come on. Gosh. Now, Lynn Wood, he's a little cuckoo, honestly. He's a little far out there. He's now calling for Trump to do a new election, call martial law. I think that's a little out there, to be honest. But my goodness, it's crazy because I don't know if our votes even counted. Do you trust that your vote counted? If you live in a county where they use Dominion software and we're not even allowed to look at the Dominion software. I saw a video today of someone in the counting area take a USB from the Dominion software, put it into a laptop, do some stuff, take it out, put it back in the Dominion software, and continue on. What is going on? There's way too much red flags. I don't trust the vote anymore. I think all of the vote needs to be redone. It's ridiculous. So, I don't know. I'm we're in this weird limbo world. There's this half of the people are like, yay, yeah, Biden, woo. The other half are like, no, I'm sorry, no, we don't believe you. All right. And then now they're just feuding like, wow, cope more. It's like, cope. Do you want to, preserve our country? Because if you don't, go ahead, blindly believe that there's no election fraud because you're blind if you believe that. I'm sorry. You're blind. I'm not sorry. You're blind. Okay. Listen. You got to be blind to not see how much of this stuff, or you're completely not paying attention and you got your head in the sand, all right, because you don't want to see the fraud, okay, or the glitches in quotes, because they're not glitches. Glitches would be random, all right. Some of them would be for Trump. All of them are 100% to Biden from Trump. Like, well, nope, this glitch. Thousands of votes went over to Biden. Well, it was a glitch. Sorry, the Republican incumbent actually won. Or in here, the Republicans are doing amazing this year, this election. They're kicking butt because there are all these magical votes with zero down ballot filled in just for Biden. Perfectly pristine, not even folded, which they have to be folded to be able to be mailed in. Too many red flags. Way too many red flags. So I think the media is coming down. This whole thing, it's the media, it's the establishment, it's this. I don't even know. Whatever. Actually, James O'Keefe summed it up well. As like Democrats, the people in charge, like whoever it is, the people who orchestrated all of this. That's who I'm talking about, and they're in the media too. They're all one big huge group. Well, the media honestly is just like the flapping mouthpiece. And they just tell the media what to say. Like, yo, media, spread this news that we want everyone to believe around. Thank you. And they'll believe it because they're stupid. All right, look. We're not stupid, all right? I've got eyes. My eyes see. I see this BS, All right, and I want this election to be legit. I want to trust that Biden, if he won, now I don't believe that he won, but if he did, I want to know that it's legit. How did he win a record low amount of counties? He won like 500. Obama won 800 and something. And he got more votes than Obama. How? How is that possible? That doesn't make any sense at all. No. There's too much BS. Yeah, so I'm not having it. All right, so that's enough about that. I can rant all day about that. Let's talk about this awesome thing. The world's loneliest elephant moving to a sanctuary with help from Cher, which I actually didn't know that until I read this article, but I guess Cher had a lot to do with it. Well, let's read about it. The singer Cher was in Pakistan on Friday with a message for the world's loneliest elephant. There is life after love. Oh, that's so corny. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I even said that. Anyway, let's see. Kaavan, the elephant, has been languishing in poor conditions in Gahasar Zoo in Islamabad since 1985, according to the animal welfare group Four Paws International. He was brought there as a gift from Sri Lanka at 1 year old. Kaavan had a partner elephant, Sahili, who lived with him from 1990 to 2012. She died when an infection became gangrenous. A veterinarian with Four Paws told the Associated Press that Kaavan was heartbroken when she died, and he's been alone ever since. Terrible, terrible, terrible. On Sunday, Kaavan will move. This is, of course, before he moved. I just wanted to give a little pre-story. This past Sunday is what they're talking about. Kaavan will move to an animal sanctuary in Cambodia where he will be able to socialize with other elephants. Activists around the world, including local Pakistanis, as well as Cher's charity, Free the Wild, has been campaigning for years for Kaavan's release. Cher wrote on Twitter that she met Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan to thank him for making it possible to move the elephant. Cher has brought star power and media attention to Kaavan's move, but Four Paws is leading the collaborative effort to transport the 5-ton elephant. Transferring an adult elephant on a plane is something very, very rare, says Four Paws spokesperson Martin Bauer. Previous transfers he knows of have been much shorter distances between zoos in the U.S. An elephant transfer by plane on this scale, I think, has never happened before. So we are writing history here, he told NPR. Kaavan will be loaded into a specially built crate and onto a cargo plane. According to Bauer, he will be conscious for the whole 10-hour flight with a staff of veterinarians accompanying him. After landing, it's an hour-and-a-half drive to the Cambodian Wildlife Sanctuary in the country's northwest. The sanctuary has 3 female elephants, to keep Kaavan company. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It is the best hope for him, Bauer said. The goal is to socialize him. It will take a while because he has lived on his own for such a long time. But yes, ultimately, the goal is to bring him together with other animals because that's what elephants want. That's what all animals want. They're herd animals. They always form families. And that's also what we plan for him. Animal rights activists say Kaavan spent years in chains and didn't receive appropriate veterinary care. The Islamabad High Court ruled in May that the animals kept in the Margazar Zoo were held in cruel conditions and the zoo should be closed. Boom! That's great news. In July, a court approved the plan to move Kaavan to Cambodia. Four Paws have been involved in relocating other animals from the zoo, including wolves, monkeys, and rabbits, and plan to relocate bears next month. For the last 3 months, the focus has been on preparing Kaavan for the trip. Speaking from Pakistan, Bauer said Friday that everything is going according to plan for Kaavan. He's doing well, he's very cooperative, because elephants can be quite stubborn, but he showed goodwill, and he's a good boy. And also, all is fine, and it looks very promising that we can leave Pakistan on Sunday. Great news! They actually made it. Kaavan has made it over, and not only that, he's made a friend. Here is him meeting another elephant for the first time. Kaavan reaching out to maybe touched, elephant in over 8 years because his partner was, I don't know, 8 years ago. It's been a long time. It's so sad. She died in 2012. So it's so cute. Look at this. I'm looking at it, and it's such a beautiful image, because knowing the backstory of how he's been alone, he was chained up. He was kept apart. I mean, of course, you got these like cement pillars that are holding them, but of course they have to get to know each other so that they don't, do it slow. I don't know. So I'm just really excited to announce that he's made it. He's in his new spot. The world's loneliest elephant has made a friend after being rescued from years of being languished away in a dilapidated Pakistani zoo. See, Kaavan was seen greeting another elephant, reaching its trunk out to touch theirs through the bars of his enclosure Tuesday at his new home in northern Cambodia. This is amazing. Let's see. Well, I kind of went over everything that was there. So, yep, and Cher was there. She was there when he arrived at his new home. You know what? I love these stories, okay? I just love it. These are the things that I like to see. An elephant shouldn't be kept up in captivity. Look, you want to see an elephant? Go to Africa. All right? Go to Africa. I've been to Africa, and I unfortunately didn't see an elephant. Now, I wasn't looking for elephants. I'm sure I could have gone on some sort of safari and seen them in the wild, but that's where they belong. I don't know. Zoos make me super sad. Whenever I go to a zoo, I'm just like, this sucks. I see these monkeys, gorillas, giraffes walking around in circles where, man, how is it not depressing? All right. They look depressed. They look sad. Every single animal. Okay. Maybe not every. There's like some beavers that are like happily building dams and like living their good life without predators because certain animals have to be afraid of predators. And if they lose that fear of predators, they're going to get eaten and die. If they ever get reintroduced into the wild, like rabbits. Like they said, they're reintroducing rabbits into the wild. But if those rabbits have been in captivity and no longer have a fear of humans will hunt them and eat them. Or, I don't know, name a predator that eats rabbits. I'm sure there's a lot, But if they lose that innate fear, well, rabbits are pretty skittish, so I doubt that they'll actually lose that. So, yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty story that. It was a dilapidated zoo, so it wasn't even a good zoo. It was falling apart. This dude hadn't had a friend in 8 years, and they're herd animals. Elephants, they travel in pack. They travel hundreds and hundreds of miles, traveling nonstop, moving, constantly moving to new locations. This dude was stuck since was it the 80s? Did it say? Hold on, I just want to double check. 1985. He's been stuck in the same spot since 1985. That's a year before I was born. And actually, he was one. He's the same age as me. We're the same age. Me and Kaavan. All right? Shout out to Kaavan. He's my age. That means he's 36. That means for all of his life, he's been stuck in a cage in a terrible zoo in Pakistan. What kind of a life is that? I feel bad. I feel bad for this guy. But man, am I happy that he's out of that. All right. So props to Cher. I wasn't expecting to say that today. Hey Cher, very nice job getting that animal out there. I'm not even upset that I read that life after love thing because that's pretty sweet actually because he did have his partner. He's a male, she was a female. They were partners, so he wasn't alone at least. But there's life after love. All right. All right, I'm going to get in some super chats and maybe play a little guitar later. I am having such a great time with this guitar. I'm going to roll the die. You guys know the dice game. I got a 20-sided random die here. Go ahead. Guess what number. I just rolled it. I got a number. First person to guess the number wins absolutely your name out right now. All right, now I'm going to read my first super chats, and while the numbers are pouring in, and we'll see. Nani, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it. Octavio says, did you ever start your own coffee brand? If so, what is the process / how did you do it? Well, I did, and it's almost here. I'm very excited. Once it's ready and done, I will announce it. I'm looking forward to it. There it is. Wow, it took a while. Augusto Colo says 20. It was a 20. I rolled a natural 20. Boom. That's right, natural 20. Congratulations. You won absolutely nothing. I'm very proud of you, Augusto. You did it, and yay. So, congrats. All right, so let's see. And what is the process? Well, I'm using a drop shipper, essentially, and they have all these amazing coffees to choose from, and I'm basically, making my own version of all the things, all the different roasts that I like. They roast it on order, so it's always fresh when you order it. Really excited about it. Remp Slayer says, are you ready for the new Gymkhana? I'm hyped for them to go back to the Subi. I know that Subi's so dope, and I'm curious to see how Travis Pastrana will do. I am very excited. I saw that Subaru, and it looks so dope. I don't know how many people out there know I have a WRX. I have a thing for Subarus. I very much like Subarus. I think they're fantastic. And I love my Subaru. So let's see. I am going to roll the die again. Here we go. I'm rolling the die. You guys know what to do. 1 through 20. First person who guesses the number wins. All right, let's see. Robert Wiles, with everything going on, it looks like our country is being torn apart. I'm disabled. I don't know what to do. Have a blessed night. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. And sending you some good vibes. I know that you are moving on up, though. You're making it work for yourself, so I appreciate that. Good for you. All right, here comes the numbers. Well, there it is already. We've got a winner. Nuclear. I see you. Nuclear, you won. It's 17. I rolled a 17. A hot 17. There we go. Congratulations. You won absolutely nothing, but I did read your name out loud because you won the dice game. Noni, thank you for that super chat again. Auroram Vorik says, New Age Crop Circle, but where did they go? Yeah, I was talking about the Monolith right now. I think that Monolith was just an art project, some sort of like Banksy wannabe, cool, random, people are expecting aliens. It's 2020. They're like, oh my gosh, of course it got national covers. I think it went around the world. Clearly global coverage because that one in Romania popped up a few days later. Someone probably quickly threw it together and you saw that it was not very well made. Not the same anyway. Oh man, I'm seeing in someone in comments are busting out that Project Veritas just released another bombshell. I'm going to scroll back over there. Oh no, I think it's the same. I think I covered this earlier. It's the same video. So, or maybe it is something different. Yeah. It looks like it's the same. Yeah, so it's the same. I covered it earlier. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's a bombshell, by the way. It's not really surprising, but it's not too crazy. All right, let's see. DJ Sega, I like your name. No words, but thanks for the super chat. Huge Reaction says, Dominion is owned by China, bought in October for $400 million through a Swiss bank. That is what I was referring to earlier when I was talking about that article. Now, that just came out today, all right? Now, it's pretty insane if that's true, which means the executive order that Trump put into play in 2018, talking about foreign interference, that means if that is true, all right, and that's proven, every single Dominion vote will be tossed. And that would be insane. That would be crazy. If it's true. I don't know if it's true. Andrew B says, do a kickflip. I mean, I've got a skateboard behind me. It's a sweet arbor board. I haven't ridden it yet. Actually, I have a duplicate. It's the same. I put hard wheels on it, and it's skating the new skate park in the backyard. I can't do a kickflip right now, but I can certainly do a kickflip. I can do a few different types of kickflips, actually. Kung Flu Fury says, CNN called the police on James O'Keefe. I know, I saw that, and that is hilarious. They referred them to the authorities. Serious Beans says, I prefer shows where you're solo, like Smashed. And if you haven't smashed, go ahead and smash. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe below. You can hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live. I don't know if it always works, but I do go live 6:30 to 8 on Monday through Friday. So please, by all means, go ahead and hit those special buttons. But most importantly, smash that like button. All right, Woot Do For You says, the CNN video just went live. Right on. Yeah, that was right about the time that I did that. Disturbed 2K7 says, oi, bruvs, just make sure to reach out to your friends and family and ask them how they are doing. Let them know they aren't alone. Hashtag Kofifi Strong. Nice. I do agree with that, though. Don't use Facebook. Don't use interwebs. Call your friends and family, especially your grandmother, and say hi. By the way, hi, Morms. All right. That's what I call my grandma. Unlikely Critic says, no, Adam, she is saying that the transition between Clinton and Bush was so bad that it resulted in 9/11. No, that's BS. I don't believe that's what she said. And even if it was, that's ridiculous that that's what they blame that on. That's ridiculous. Inky says, mine are correct. We aren't allowed our rights, and they aren't given to us by government. We were born with them. The Constitution says what the government can't do, not what we can. Love, as always, Adam. Thank you, Inky. That is a pretty strong, definitive distinction, because you're right. We are born with these rights. We are born free. That is what this government's about, and that's why I like Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving's actually a celebration of those facts, which is pretty cool. I didn't actually know that before. Thank you. Matt Fields. Oh, let me move back up. I just got a super chat jump. There we go. Matt Fields says, Adam, my friend, we are not allowed rights. We are born with them. No document gives us rights. They protect them from our government. I love this. Thank you very much, you patriots out there. You guys, I appreciate all of you. And you're absolutely right. You're right. We have these rights. We've got them. You know, and even when those documents were written, not everybody had those rights. But through those documents, that they proved that they had the rights. All right, and that's why those documents are amazing. They should be revered, not burnt, like these people want to do. Kung Flu again says, funny, CNN never called the police when they received and released the Melania tape. Yeah, or any sort of anything that they don't really care about, right? Woot Doo again says, I live in Georgia. I got 10 mail ballots and an absentee. Never requested. I took it with me to the polls. Poll workers told me absentee was fake. Voted in person. My voter report card says I didn't vote. Jeez. 10 mail-in ballots. 10 and an absentee that they told you was fake. Man, who knows, right? I mean, my goodness, this is ridiculous. Oh, man, let's see. Ivan Rio says, this is the reason for martial law. President Trump should declare martial law and investigate this seriously and lock up the traitors. It is looking more and more like I agree, because this is seeming to be the craziest, biggest, undermining of our country ever that I've ever seen, that we've ever seen, that this country has ever seen. Because if this goes down the way that they want, our country that we know and love could be gone. It's crazy. Nani says, what do you call bees that produce milk? I don't know. Yeah, my mind's not working, but I think I saw you actually tag me on Twitter. I don't know. Anyway, you could have given me some sort of a clue on Discord. You did. I see you tagged me here. I don't know. Oh, you guys, you could have helped me out. Shout out to my Discord, but anyway. Dinner Mince says, zoos and strip clubs make me sad. Yeah, you know, it is kind of sad. Strip clubs are also kind of sad. I'm trying to check my Discord to see if they actually. I'm watching you guys on my Discord right now. I've got it open. No, you guys aren't gonna hook me up with some sort of. You guys suck. Anyway, no, you don't. I lied. You guys are great. All right, let's see. Boobies. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I see chat saying it too. That's funny. Boobies. Oh, that's good. All right. You guys are cute. Robin Snyder says, I appreciate you tons. Thanks for shedding light. You're the best. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Shamax95 says, I'd be interested to see a study comparing the brain activity of average wild animals to the average animals in zoo. Could be depressing, but also remember animals don't value the same things as us. That is true, but most animals, especially an elephant, moves. They're constantly in search of new sources of water. They're used to walking. That's what they do. They walk. They're herd animals that move together through the world, and they cannot do that in a zoo, and it is a shame. But I would actually be interested to seeing that study also. Dinnerman says, please adopt this tradition in my house. When you announce a natural 20, you shout, witness me! Trust me, it's worth it. That's funny. I like that. I actually have a dice game before we play Magic the Gathering to see who goes first, and it involves everybody rolling a natural 20, everyone rolling a 20-sided die. And if you roll a natural 20 or a 7, if you roll first, you get to go first right away. It's like, yep, you win. It's a fun. Oh, Kaavan the Elephant says, thanks for shouting me out, Adam. If you ever get into a jam in the jungle, I got your back. Thank you, Kaavan. And I wonder if maybe we got the same birthday, too. We were born in the same year. Wouldn't that be cool? It's like, you know what year, if someone could find what day Kaavan the Elephant was born, I would like to know, because that would be crazy if it turned out, you know what? Let's see. Let's see. Kaavan the Elephant birthday. Random, I know, but let's see. Probably not. Let's see. Doesn't seem to be. Everyone's just talking about him not being lonely anymore. I'm gonna do some research. Oh, everyone's guessing numbers. I didn't roll the die. You want me to roll the die again? All right, I'll roll the die again. All right, I rolled the die. All right, there's a number starting now. All right, now everyone's already guessing the numbers. All right, anyway, I'm going to read the next one. GN says, will you have soy-infused decaf? No, I don't even like soy. That's the funny thing. Everyone, that my whole nickname was trying to be derogatory, and I just don't care what people think about me. So it didn't really work. Oh, wow, already, right off the bat, William Baldock. He guessed 3. It was a 3, a very small, terrible initiative roll. But, William, you won. You were the first person to guess 3. Congratulations, you won absolutely nothing. All right. Shun says, very sad for the Arecibo telescope. A decade of neglect made this day a thing. Seems some people are doing the rebuild efforts, but that ain't happening. Yes, I actually read about it. They were trying to get it funded to rebuild it, and unfortunately, it all fell apart. So if they are going to redo it, they're going to have to completely do a brand new, and I don't know if that's going to happen. Rachel says, haha, if you think all bunnies are skittish, you should meet mine. She thinks she's a dog, and that's her in my profile picture. Can I get a shout out for Faye? Hey, Faye, what up? Hold on. I want to look at. Oh, nice. That's it's a huge bunny. Jeez. It looks like a pretty big bunny you got there. Right on. Yeah, I heard some rabbits are not skittish, but of course you probably raised it yourself and were hanging around it. And then I know there's a species of rabbits that are huge, and I forget the name of them. My sister actually had one for a while, and they're massive and they loaf around, and they basically are dogs. So I don't remember the type of it. White Lasagna says, a hot 17. Oof, that's going to get sound clipped. Really, White Lasagna? Well, thank you for these lovely die, because you're the one who sent them to me. I appreciate that. Robin Snyder said, it's your mom. You've already read 2 of my super chats. Not getting it. You are the best. Hi, Mom. I did get it. I just, I didn't know if it was, you're not using your, anyway, that's my mom. Hi, Mom. Love you. I did see it, and that's great. Sarah says, hi, Adam. Will your coffee have an organic option? I'm definitely going to get into that. I don't know, actually, if they have organic options yet, but I should get into that and find out. I'll do that. I'm gonna make sure, especially because you asked for it, Sarah. So thanks. Subtractum. I am Adam's arch enemy. Subtractum. Get it? Put it at Adam. Subtractum. Melinda says, Adam, I live in Maryland, in between Annapolis and Baltimore. Come play Pathfinder with us. Cool. I don't know what is Pathfinder, a form of D&D. It's kind of like a different version of it. That's cool. I don't know. Right on. Yeah, I would love to actually start playing D&D. Someone actually sent me a dope. Oh man, I just looked at it. I don't know where it is. Someone sent me an alternate D&D book. It's not D&D. It's not Dungeons and Dragons. It's something different. But I'm actually really excited about it. All right, so I'm done. I'm done with my show. That was my segments. That is the super chats. I got some time, so I'm gonna grab the guitar right here. This is Sadie. I don't know if you've ever been introduced to Sadie. Actually, you know what? Before I do, I want to show you this book. I found this book. This book here is actually one of my first possessions in life. I got this when I was like 2, 3. This book came out in 1987. All right, so when it came out, I was 3. All right, and I think I was 3 or 4 when I got this, and I remember loving this book. Check this out. This is Commander Toad and the Space Pirates. I love this book. I just want to show you a couple of these awesome, like, you know, it was this, something about me loving space, obviously, being a pirate, traveling around. Look how chill this guy is. I wanted to be this dude, chilling, looking out the space window. You know, that's what I wanted to do. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you guys, because that's what my show is, just hanging out. Oh, I can't wait for those. I be ripping them. Hey, what's good? It says, your mom loves my fart chats. I bet she does. Oh, sorry, UFO. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me actually at all. Mom, I know you're listening, and you know it's true. You know you love his fart chats. I constantly fart in her general direction. That is a... Oh, Sean says he has that book. That's awesome. Someone said, is it Pepe? Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's the original one. Someone says, play Pearl Jam. Really? I don't know if I can play Pearl Jam. Legally binding, so, you know. That's so quiet. Can you guys even hear that? It's so quiet. Can you guys hear the guitar? No, that is so quiet. Oh. Ooh, yeah. You can kind of hear it? Guitars are so 1996. Mr. Squiggle says Mark Zuckerberg's head looks like a used Q-tip. Hold on, I gotta get a picture of Mark Zuckerberg up so we can all look at this together. Oh, that is funny. It totally looks, look at this. Just think, use Q-tip. Very funny. Josh and Jesus says, play Bizarre Love Triangle. I don't know what that is. John Bert says, love is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably crap. I like that. I like that. Oh, it's out of tune. Oh, this is such a dirty sound. I gotta clean it up. Oh, what? Much cleaner. Yeah, Country Deluxe. So this amp that I got, it's a Fender amp, and it's got every single amp built in that I can switch, and there's like 130 of them, and then there's 70 extra spaces for me to record and fiddle with all the different things, the options to create my own sound. So I'm actually really excited about that. Anything Dragon... Sojan says, anything Dragon Force. I can't play that song. That sounds crazy. Hey, I see what you're talking about, my guitar. Who said that? Who was it? Who said that? Mitch Connor. I see what you're saying about my guitar, and I don't like it. She is a beautiful, beautiful thing, this guitar. Look at this. Look at this thing. Oof. Ooh. Mama. Oh, yeah. Something Pearl Jam. Shades of empty canvas, untouched sheets of clay, her lace spread out before me. Oh, as her body once did. All 5 horizons revolved around the sun. It's the earth to the sun. No, I can't play the rest of it because I don't want to get cut off. No, this is not a Gibson. This is a Washburn guitar, hollow body. Oh man, I love this guitar. She is a beaut. I should actually clean this thing. It is a little dirty, I'll be honest. Stream going down in 3, 2, 1. Don't you jinx me, Protos. Porotos? I couldn't, Protos? Yeah, I can't do covers, Jordan. You're right, I can't. I really shouldn't. It's weird. This sound, I don't feel translates very well to what you guys hear the guitar doing. You know what I mean? Man, I really want to play some covers. Covers are fun. I mean, I have all my songs, but I feel like you guys know all my songs now. I need to definitely play some, write some new stuff. And breaking news. Oh, I got my songbooks. Look at this. These are all filled with just songs that I've written over these years. Look at, they're covered in stickers. All of these. Actually, there's this one drawing. This is my friend Adam and me, all right, in 2050. There's him. Nope, there's him. There's me. I don't know why he gave me a mustache, but I just thought, I don't know why I'm even showing you that, but just hilarious because there is so much stuff in these books that I haven't seen in a long time. I'm so excited to like really dig in and play some of this this music. Wow. Just looking in here, I'm just like seeing these songs that I haven't played or seen in so long. So I'm going to be writing some new music. I got all of my stuff. So I'm really excited. I got my guitars. I have some songs that I actually wrote on electric, that don't really make sense on an acoustic. So I got to find those songs, because when I pick up an electric now, I'm like, what do I do? It's such a different animal compared to the rest. So look, if you haven't smashed that like button, do it for me. Smash that like-tastic. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to go make some food and hang out. Oh, Josh and Jesus says, I just sent you Bizarre Love Triangle on Twitter. Cool. I love that. Caleb says, play Darude Sandstorm. How do I play that? Jeez. Easy. Thank you for that super chat. Appreciate it. You guys are fantastic. I will see you guys tomorrow night here on Adamcast. I think I have some really cool space guys coming in tomorrow. We're going to be talking about space habitats and what it takes. I have a few questions to talk about radiation, long distance stuff and stuff like that. It's going to be really interesting. And then Thursday I got Carlin coming back, so we're going to be talking about that. I think me and Carlin are going to talk about some spicy stuff this week, because all this crazy Dominion thing, if they're owned by China, that's going to be tossed out. I mean, it's going to be crazy. So I'm going to be looking into that. Thank you all for joining me. You guys are fantastic, and have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow. Later.